Hey, it's me. I have something I want to ask you. Hi, Beatrix. How can I help you? Where do high school dropouts go to learn things like common sense? Huh? Sorry, I don't follow. There's more you learn about in high school than just book smarts, you know? Like common sense, and also common sense. So, I was wondering, where does a pitiful high school dropout who never had these experiences go to learn about them? Um, what? What are you trying to say to me exactly? You contacted me out of the blue and this is what you're asking me? What's the deal anyway? Just as I would have expected from a high school dropout. You're being totally illogical here. Can't you tell that I'm upset with you even now? Good grief. What's life like in the world of a simpleton, I wonder? How did I upset you? Ugh. Trying to have a conversation with the dropout is such a pain. I never realized how tough your brother had it all these years. Huh? I'm so confused. All right, fine. Let me spell it out for you, since you're not going to figure it out on your own, it seems. Your brother and I announced our engagement a week ago, right? Yes, I know that. I was there. And afterwards, we had a big party at the house to celebrate it. And everyone is really looking forward to the wedding ceremony at the end of the month. We're all really happy for you both. Yes. I was also very happy that you guys are being so supportive of our relationship. And I have to admit, you've all made me feel very welcome, like a part of the family. And your parents gave us that set of crystal wine glasses as a wedding present, which I'm very thankful for. Yeah, you're very welcome. I'm happy you're happy. I'm sure there will be lots of reasons for you guys to celebrate in the near future as well. So I hope you'll get a lot of use out of them. Excuse me? Are you really in a position to say you're welcome when you haven't given us anything? Where does a high school dropout get off acting so arrogant, huh? You think you're better than everyone else or something, even though you never graduated? What? Where is this coming from? Oh, please. Don't pretend like you don't know. You haven't given us a wedding present yet. Your parents were kind enough to give us those crystal wine glasses. But I have yet to receive a single thing from you, my future sister-in-law. That's what this is about? Really? I suppose you think it's okay for you not to give us a wedding present because your parents have already done all the work. But come on now. We're supposed to be family from here on. How are we supposed to get along like this? I wouldn't want us to get off on the wrong foot due to your social faux pas. Beatrix? I think you're misunderstanding something here. The wedding present we gave you the other day was from all of us. Me, Mom, and Dad. You're kidding, right? You really expect me to believe that? Nothing less from the high school dropout, I guess. I knew you might have a few screws loose, but I didn't think it would be this bad. Now I'm really worried about what having you as a sister-in-law is going to be like. Listen, Beatrix. Can I say something? You've been acting really strange during this entire conversation. Saying that I don't have common sense and mocking me for dropping out of school. Don't you think you're being really rude to me right now? Like you said, we're going to be in-laws soon. Don't you want to get along with me? Right back at you! I can't believe that you'd skimp out on your own brother's wedding present like that. Just shocking behavior, honestly. Don't you think you're the one being really rude? Or maybe I owe you an apology. Being a high school dropout, I guess you just don't know the rules of society. You probably can't tell common sense from utter madness, so it's only natural that you'd make this kind of faux pas. You think so? Don't worry, Melissa. I'm a really kind, forgiving person. If you just say you're sorry and that you didn't know any better because you're a high school dropout, I'm willing to forgive you. After all, I graduated summa cum laude from Harvard University. Being understanding and forgiving of those of lesser standing is on brand for me. I don't believe what I'm hearing. Okay, how's this? Just take it as a learning experience. Now, thanks to me, you know about how to properly celebrate your brother's wedding. Once you've learned some common sense and thought about it, come and apologize to me. If you do that, I'll accept that you had no ill intent behind your poor conduct and forgive you. Like I said, I'm a really nice person. Does that sound alright to you? You can't be serious about this. Anyway, I must be off. I'm a busy woman. Things to do, you know. Have a good day. Hey, sis. Do you have a minute to talk? Yeah, sure. I'm not doing anything. What's up? Something on your mind? Yeah. I hate to have to ask this, but I was wondering, did you and Beatrix have a falling out or something? She's been really passive-aggressive recently, asking me what you're doing all the time and if I've heard anything from you. Maybe I'm reading too much into things, but I don't know. I just get a weird vibe from it. Oh, really? That's odd. I have no idea. I'll be honest, it's starting to get really annoying. If she has something on her mind, I wish she would just come out and say it. I have no clue what's going on or what she wants me to do. I told her as much too. I told her if she has something to say to you, she should say it directly. But she's stubborn about these kinds of things, you know? Are you sure you have no idea what could be going on here? She hasn't said anything weird to you? Anything at all? Let me think about it. I mean, I haven't really interacted that much with her, so it's hard to come up with anything that sticks out. I don't really know her that well, after all. Are you sure? This behavior is really out of character for her. If you guys haven't interacted at all, then this really shouldn't be happening. You must be able to think of something. Well, now that you mention it, I guess there is something. Oh, but it's so insignificant. I can't imagine she'd be getting so riled up over such a little thing. Are you sure you're not imagining things? I don't know. Maybe I am. But just in case, can you tell me what you have in mind? If you guys aren't getting along, then I feel like I have to mediate. As Beatrix's fiancé, and as your brother, I want to keep the peace between you two. And anyway, the wedding is so close now. If I don't sort out whatever is going on here, then our day of celebration is going to end up being super awkward, right? I understand where you're coming from. I really do. But I'm still kind of hesitant to tell you about what I have in mind. It's a little weird to mention. Oh, come on. Why are you being so reluctant? Nothing is ever going to get done about this if we don't talk it out. All right, I have an idea. I'll stop by your workplace on my way home from work this evening. And then we can talk face to face about whatever's going on. Is that okay? Well, if you insist. I do insist. Please, I need your help. Hey, Beatrix. Sorry to bother you on your big day, but one of the staff told me I'm not on the guest list. Do you know what's going on? When I asked about it, they said they were following your instructions, but that can't be right, can it? Can you let me know if this is some sort of mistake? Nope, no mistake here. It's just as you were told. I instructed them to take your name off the guest list. So there's no way you'll be able to get into the venue. Please go home. There is no place for you here. What? You're kidding me, right? Well, this is my big day, you know. As they say, your wedding should be the happiest day of your life. So I don't want riffraff who lack common sense attending. I know you're just a high school dropout, but I'm sure that even you can understand where I'm coming from. As a woman. I don't want my special day to be ruined by the likes of you. Huh? Now, wait just a minute. Just what am I supposed to have done to you? Why are you saying these things about me? Oh, I see. So high school dropouts also have terrible memories, huh? I guess that's why you weren't able to pass your classes. What's that? Well, I guess when compared to a multilingual Harvard University graduate with a 4.0 GPA summa cum laude like me, You'd be inferior no matter what. But I have to admit, this is even worse than I expected. What exactly are you trying to say, Beatrix? Stop running your mouth and tell me what your problem is straight. I wonder, how can you act so arrogantly despite being a high school dropout with memory problems? Maybe you just have no self-awareness? Don't you know, I've been waiting this entire time for your apology. But even though I've waited this long, you've failed to do or say anything of the sort, haven't you? Huh? Apology? What apology? So that's why I decided to have your name removed from the guest list. And by the way, you still haven't given us the wedding present, even though today was your last chance. I thought you might hand something in with an apology at the last moment, but nope. Nothing. Zip. Just how unreasonable can you possibly be? Don't you know that a wedding present is required for you to attend the ceremony? That's just common sense. But I guess it's on me for expecting common sense out of a high school dropout, huh? Then again, even elementary schoolers know you bring a wedding present to a wedding. What are you talking about, Beatrix? I gave you a wedding present the other day, remember? The crystal glasses. Don't you remember? I've already given you a wedding present. That was a gift from your parents, not from you. Good grief. You shouldn't rely on your mom and dad so much. This is a transparent attempt to pass off their gift as also being from you without you actually having to do anything. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? Acting like this towards your new sister. But then again, you are a high school dropout. Excuse me? You better watch what you're saying. I'm getting pretty tired of this. I warned you, didn't I? But you chose not to heed any of my warnings. I gave you every chance to do the right thing. But then again, I guess you didn't even have the self-awareness to realize you'd done something wrong in the first place. Beatrix, seriously, cut it out already. I've been holding my anger back this whole time, but I'm at my limit. Don't you know there are things in this world that you should and shouldn't say? You're the one who needs to cut it out. If you want to attend this wedding, you'll need to bring a wedding present. Not to mention apologize to me in person for your senseless behavior. I will do no such thing. I have nothing to apologize for. I see. So on top of your lack of common sense and poor memory, you're stubborn as a mule as well. Jeez. So this is what happens when you drop out of high school. Your poor parents. Well, I didn't want things to have to come to this, but you leave me no choice. You forced my hand. If you're really going to insist on behaving so badly on my wedding day, then you should just go home. There's no space here for people without dignity or class. Fine. If that's how you feel, I'll be off then. Wait, what? Are you serious? What's the problem? You told me to go home, so I'm going home. Are you happy now? Huh? Are you sure that's really okay? This is your brother's wedding ceremony we're talking about. You can't just go home like that. What do you mean? You told me to go home. Why are you protesting? Well, even a high school dropout like you should cave at this point and agree to bring a wedding present and apologize. That's common sense. You don't even know that much? Were you born yesterday? You think I give a damn? I'm going home. I have no dignity or class after all. Are you nuts? Just let me say one thing. I promise you, you'll definitely regret treating me like this. I don't care what school you went to or where you graduated. Here's one thing they don't teach you in school. If you think you can mess with someone, you're gonna find out what happens next. Melissa, are you there? It's an emergency. I can't find Oliver anywhere. Do you have any idea where he could be? The ceremony is starting soon. He was in the dressing room until just a moment ago. But he just suddenly disappeared, and now I can't find him anymore. And he's not responding to any of my messages. I asked the staff if they'd seen him, and they told me that today's ceremony is canceled. What's going on? Your parents don't seem to have any idea what's happening either. You don't think he got cold feet or something, do you? Do you know where he is right now, Melissa? This is Oliver. Huh? Oliver! Just relax and handle the proceedings regarding the wedding cancellation. Hold on a minute. What exactly is going on here? Why are you using Melissa's phone? Are you with her right now? Yeah, she's sitting right next to me, in fact. I got a message from her saying she'd been sent home from the venue. So, as you can imagine, I went after her to see if everything was okay. And I just now caught up with her. I don't understand. What's going on? Why would you leave the venue to go chasing after Melissa, of all people, at a time like this? The ceremony is about to start, you know. You need to be here. Right now. You don't have time to be running around after your stupid sister. Just sort it out later. Weren't you listening? The wedding ceremony is canceled. We're calling the whole thing off. Huh? What do you mean? Like the staff already told you, the ceremony is canceled. I've decided not to marry you after all. Sorry for the last-minute decision, I guess. What are you talking about? That's impossible. You can't do that. Have you gone crazy? Don't say such mad things. You want to cancel the ceremony on the day of? And you don't want to marry me either? But why? That's so unreasonable. You're the one who's unreasonable. I can't believe you would try to have my sister thrown out of the wedding. I wanted to believe in you. I did. But this is over the line. Why would I marry someone who treats my family like that? Do you have no common sense at all? What is that supposed to mean? I am a Harvard University graduate. How could I possibly be lacking in common sense? I saw the messages you sent to Melissa. All of them. How could you say those things to my sister? Huh? You saw those? That's exactly why I'm so disappointed in you. Going on and on about how she dropped out of school and how you wanted a wedding present from her. I can't believe you. Wait, she tattled to you about everything? That little moron. Crying to her brother about me. Talk about manipulative. She's trying to turn you against me. No, I was the one who forced her to tell me everything. I was wondering what the hell was going on because you kept asking and asking if I'd heard anything from her. So I pressed Melissa for information. And she told me the truth, very reluctantly. It was like pulling teeth. You've been so cruel to her, making such a big deal out of her dropping out of school. So what if I did? I was just telling the truth. Was I supposed to lie to her and say, good job? And anyway, not giving a wedding present is just plain rude. She did give us a wedding present. She paid almost completely for the crystal glasses. Don't you remember what my parents said when they handed over the box? They said it was a present from all three of them. All three of them chose the gift and paid for it together. Now, wait just a minute. You're saying she paid for most of our present? How did she afford that? These are crystal glasses we're talking about, and she's a dropout. It's true, though, and she can't afford it. Melissa makes more than I do, and for that matter, more than you, too. Huh? That's impossible. Well, I'm guessing the glasses cost about $500 for the set, so it's only a fraction of her monthly salary. She makes about $9,000 a month these days. But still, $500 is pretty expensive for a wedding present. I think she's been more than generous. Huh? Did you really say $9,000 a month? Did you accidentally add an extra zero there or what? How can she make that much when she never even finished school? That's insane. I graduated from Harvard University, and I don't even make half of that. Don't try and tell me she's a CEO or something like that. She's a livestock appraiser. A what now? Her job is to determine the value of various farm animals. Wait a minute, what? You're telling me a stupid podunk farming job like that has a salary of $9,000 a month? Then that means she makes more than $100,000 a year. Oh, you don't know about livestock appraisal? I thought you graduated from Harvard University. There are only a few experts in such a narrow field, so her services are in high demand. I have no idea where she found out about this career path, but one day she suddenly turned around and said she wanted to be a livestock appraiser. Then she dropped out of school and started self-studying like mad. Eventually, she got into a specialty school and received her qualification. Huh? What kind of school is that? She makes more than enough to live on by working for just a few days a week. And she can earn even more whenever she goes to work overseas. When she was in high school, she decided she wanted a life where she could have plenty of free time to do whatever she wanted. And then she pursued that path and made it a reality. She's a special person, really. Wait a minute. What is going on? Let me get this straight. That high school dropout, Melissa, earns more money than I do because of some weirdo farming job. You sure are slow to process new information, considering you graduated summa cum laude. Now I'm even more disappointed in you. What's that? Anyway, all you need to understand is that the wedding is off. That's what's important. Well, I'm going to drive Melissa back home for now. I'll come back to the venue later to sort things out, so until then, just deal with the cancellation procedure. What is going on, Melissa? The wedding is actually off? Like, Oliver is really not going to take me back? Yeah, exactly. How many times do you have to be told? All's well that ends well, I say. How dare you? Not happy with breaking apart a relationship, you're going to gloat about it too? I told you, didn't I? I told you you'd regret treating me so badly. I told you you'd find out what happens if you try to mess with people. I wasn't kidding, you know. Are you trying to say that this is my fault? No way! You tricked me! If you'd already handed over a wedding present, then why didn't you just say so? If I knew what was going on, then things wouldn't have ended up like this. I wouldn't have taken your name off the guest list. I did tell you. Multiple times, actually. Well, then you should have given me a better explanation, obviously. You should have told me that you'd paid for most of the wedding present yourself. Sorry about that. I guess it's because I'm a high school dropout with no common sense or dignity. I didn't know that I needed to spell it out for you. Forgive my ignorant dropout behavior. Don't you dare make fun of me. Oh, I'm not making fun of you. Unlike you, who graduated summa cum laude from Harvard University, I never finished school, so I don't know any better. But as long as I apologize, you'll forgive me, right? After all, being understanding and forgiving of those of lesser standing is on brand for you, isn't it? Oh, screw you! You can't treat me like this. It's all your fault that things got this messed up in the first place. You ruined everything. Thanks to you, Oliver is furious at me. My friends are gossiping about me. My parents won't even speak to me. And all that planning I did to make sure my big day would be absolutely perfect has completely and totally gone to waste. How are you going to make this up to me, huh? What do you mean, make it up to you? You mean, like, say, convincing my brother to give you another chance and go ahead with the marriage? Well, I suppose I could ask him about it. But I don't know. I don't think he's interested, to be honest. He basically hates your guts now. I will never, ever forgive you for this. You ruined my relationship. You ruined my wedding day, and you ruined my reputation. And you caused me public humiliation, having to cancel my wedding on the day it was supposed to happen. I'll sue you for doing this to me. You won't get away with doing this to me. Mark my words. You'll sue me? How's that going to work? Did you know that I have to pay for the ceremony in its entirety? And you're the reason that it ended up getting canceled in the first place. So you need to repay me for my financial losses. I lost all of this money because of you and your deception, after all. Fix this situation. Yeah, right. You think that's a realistic expectation? And what about the damage done to my reputation? Because of this same-day wedding cancellation thing, my reputation as a summa cum laude graduate of Harvard University has gone completely out the window. Now I'll be known all over town as the woman whose husband ditched her on the day of their wedding. What are you going to do to fix my broken reputation, huh? Take some responsibility. No offense, lady, but did you really graduate from Harvard? Huh? Excuse me? I mean, you really think you can see me over all this stuff? Come on, use that degree. Unlike me, you finished high school and university, but despite your esteemed education, you're still spewing this garbage? It sounds like you wasted your tuition money, honestly. I can't believe you just said that to me. How dare you look down on me? You're just a high school dropout. You're a chicken farmer or whatever. I don't care how much you earn every month. You'll always be beneath me thanks to your lack of education and your stupid low-class job. Don't think that you can get away with acting like this just because you have a decent salary. Acting like what? I don't really care if people look down on me for not going to high school or university. My educational background might not be the best, but there's more to a person than what school they went to. And besides, I'm living a good life. It might not be what someone else would have chosen, but it's my life, and I'm very happy. And hey, at least I've never had my fiancé cancel our wedding on the day it was supposed to happen. You can be sure of that. There you go again, making fun of me. You listen here. I graduated summa cum laude from Harvard University. That means I'm smarter than everyone else, okay? I don't need to listen to you, or Oliver, or anyone. Don't you dare look down on me, damn it. I'll never, ever forgive you. After that, Beatrix continued to kick up a fuss about having to pay for the wedding ceremony in full. She was making quite a scene about it until my brother stepped in and asked her what good her fancy degree and reputation were if she couldn't even pay for the cancellation fees. He told her that making a big fuss wasn't going to fix the situation, and she was just wasting everyone's time, including her own. That shut her up. She puffed out her chest and made the payment in full. Talk about easily manipulated. Even now, she's still spewing that crap about how she's better than everyone else because she went to a good university. It seems she's convinced that she can't ever do anything wrong because she got a good education. She's even saying that it's her fault things ended up like this for trying to marry a man related to a high school dropout. Well, she was right about one thing, I guess. But it seems that she was upset about how she perceived her friends and parents had been treating her since the wedding disaster, and she gradually stopped showing her face around town. She still refuses to change her ways. If things go on like this, then eventually only her educational background will remain. And she'll end up turning into a person who has nothing going for them but a fancy degree. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, please consider liking the video and subscribing for more content.